You're talking about jumping on stage. What's that feeling like, man?
So I have always thrown up before I play.
Yeah. Hey, man, I've got Braun Dabney from Legalize Lex here today. This is Sean for the Heavy Underground Farm Report. We're going to talk about Legalize Lex. Braun, thanks for joining me today, bud. I appreciate it.
And it is a pleasure to be here, sir. Right. I have...
I'm sorry to interrupt, but hey.
Long-time listener, first-time caller, I guess we can say. You know what I'm saying?
Love it. I love it. I appreciate you being a long-time listener. I know I've been on the air for like nearly 5 decades. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I really liked what you did with Casey Kasem back in the day.
He's so good.
That was the best work you had, honestly. And I know you were just a grip back then, but like, I mean, I really respect the hard dedication you put into pleasing.
Well, dude, you know what? When you're spinning hits by the Carpenters and like Hall & Oates, dude, you know, you need that precision grip guy. Yeah, man.
It's funny you brought up the Carpenters. A friend talking about Sabrina Carpenter the other day, and I thought that was just a member of the Carpenters. I didn't realize that was like a new pop star.
I thought you were seriously
relevant again. Cool, man. Like, wow.
I was like, does she drum too? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Dude, man, dude, you're awesome. Thanks so much for joining me. So you got to be, dude. You're 2 weeks out from Legalize Lex. How are you feeling? How you doing? Good?
Normally, I would be a big ball of stress right now, but I've decided to just internalize that. And, you know, I'm going to save all the stress for day of. I'm just going to, like, you know, not eat, probably take too many Adderall, smoke too many joints, hang out with all the homies, and hopefully, like, just having all the friends there, having, like, Hashtronaut, Stormtoker, and Tipple the Fuzz Witch, and Lopan, and She, and all these bands that I love in a room together. Maybe that will ease my internal doom that's just going on inside of me. But as far as it goes, man, at this point, I'm just stoked. Everything's coming together. I've sent stuff off to be like shirts are getting printed, hats are getting printed, stickers are on the way, posters are on the way. Like, I've got the guest list wrinkled down, beers being delivered. Everything is good to go, you know? So, I mean, at this point, it's like I can also just kind of enjoy it because it's second year and I know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
Here was like, ooh, man, this could go really wrong really fast, and it went fucking swimming.
So what are you going to do? What happened last year, or did you have any situations last year that you wanted to, like, improve upon in particular? Or is there anything that you were like...
You know, I don't...
I mean, it sounds like it went great.
I don't think so. You know, I could probably have another stagehand or two, which we'll do this year. I've got a few homies kind of hopping in. The caliber of bands that typically are playing Legalized, they know on and off the stage, they can, I mean, 15 minutes, man, 15 minutes, like, and we're sharing backline, so it's like, dude, just, like, they can get on and off, but where I have 2 stages for the first, like, 7 bands, you really got, like, 30 minutes.
That's a lot honestly, that's a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah, 30 minutes is forever. Anytime I have a 30-minute changeover, I play in crop. And anytime we have a 30-minute changeover, I'm like, after 15 minutes, I'm standing on stage with my bass on me, and I'm just like, my amp's on, and I'm trying not to play, and I'm just like, can we just go now? Like, I'm ready to go. Like, I don't want to wait another 15
What is that
minutes.
feeling like? Are you, like, before you go on, I know man, I'll jump around, but dude, you're talking about jumping on stage. What's that feeling like, man? Are you just like, are you scared? Are you excited? Are you...
So, I have always thrown up before I play. Since I was like 10 years old, I was in a punk band covering Blink-182 songs. Like, I've always, and like, to me, it's more of a tradition now than it is like, I'm just like my singer will look at me, he'll be like, "Bro, did you throw up?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, it's going to be a good show." Like, and well, it's more like, "Hell yeah, brother, it's going to be a good show. Hell yeah, bro." Like, because he talks way more Southern than all of us.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, why do you think, like, it was just, I mean, I understand it the first time, but now it's like, yeah, do you think it's like...
It's just tradition.
That's great.
It's tradition. It's just, and I know going into it, like, you know, in the morning I'll wake up and I'll have like some eggs and toast or something like simple.
Something easy.
And then I won't eat again until like an hour before the show, and whatever it is, it's something that's really easy to throw up, like not spaghetti, not hot dogs, not pizza, because like the amount of like indigestion you get,
You gotta watch
bro.
the
And
acid.
I mean, I'm walking around with like Tums on me. I'm Tum Daddy. If you got a problem at a show, come find me. I got Band-Aids and I got Tums, man. Like we're good to
Oh
go.
my God, you're the guy. Well, tell me, man. Let's talk about your lineup really quick. I mean, it's like you can go down, and I mean, I don't know if we have time to talk about everybody, but like,
We'll
yeah,
we'll
for
just hit a
sure. But
couple.
I mean, they all deserve it. But
I mean, so kicking it off this year, I got Star Viper. We had Sympathy Jar originally, but the singer just found out that his wife is going to be in Labor Day of Legalize. So I was like, I guess the kid's gonna be more important than the
man,
show, man.
can't
So
people have priorities?
you know what? It's all good. I love
Yeah,
those
man, that's
guys, and
awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. That's awesome.
I've got them coming back for something really good in
Right on.
June. That's like that we might talk about here in a minute when we talk about other stuff. But so like I mean, I got Star Viper kicking it off. We got Velcast, we got Radian. Radian's awesome. They're from Akron, Ohio. I got my homies in Stormtokers. Stormtokers like this funkadelic, like doom metal. They got like this big baritone
All right.
saxophone
Oh,
and the
really?
thing that plays riffs. Man, they're
We'll
so
check them
good.
out.
We got Blind Scryer. Blind Scryer rips. They're like that, like just old school, like cool ass fucking Thin Lizzy
Sweet.
doom.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like guitar harmonies, vocals that just like stretch out for every. If you could see for 10 miles, you could hear Blair's
Dude, that's my
voice from
kind of
that
band. All
far.
right, cool. I'll check those guys out.
We got Weed Demon. We got Swamp Hawk. We got She. My homies in She. I
Jeff,
love She. They
I
they
love
should
She.
have been 10 albums of the year in the
Dude,
Doom charts
they
last
got
year.
my vote. They got my vote on the Doom charts, but they are
That
fucking.
album's
I
so good.
love those guys. Hey, you
Yeah,
guys
and
fucking guys are killing it.
they're such
Yeah.
sweet boys. We got my band Crop. I play in a band
Oh
called
yeah, dude.
Crop. We got French Commanders, Rebreather, Hashtronaut, Temple the Fuzz Witch, Horseburner, and the Almighty Lopan. I mean, and it's kind of
It's kind
ridiculous.
of
Like it's kind
it's
of ridiculous.
almost dumb. It's
Yeah,
almost stupid, but
I like I so I after last year I was like I'm going to take a month off because like I'd worked on Legalize for a whole year. I was like I'm going to take a month off. I'm not going to book shit. And after about a week of not working on it, my life felt empty, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start hitting bands up now. And like I hit up Radiant, and they're like, hell yeah, we want to do it. And I hit up Velcast, and they're like, yeah, we want to do it. And like I'm like. I tried to get Hashtronaut for the first year, and it just like it didn't work out. Like there was just stuff going on. So like we did a run with Hashtronaut and Temple the Fuzz Witch back in the fall. Like I asked those guys like on the run. I'm like, hey
so
man, y'all want to play
you've
with
met
Swamp?
those guys.
Oh yeah, no, we're
And
all
so
homies.
you
Like
think
we're
they're okay with the legalization part of Legalize Lex?
I will say one thing about Hashtronaut. There's nobody in the fucking genre that can outsmoke those guys.
I have smoked with those guys. I'm going to confirm that you are correct.
I was with them for 4 days in a row. Maybe I think it was four. I was with them for 4 days in a row, and there was not a point to where there wasn't a joint being lit, a joint being lit, a joint being smoked, and a joint about to go out at all times. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, I'll smoke. Like, hell yeah, dude, I'll smoke. No, I don't smoke like that.
Dude, those guys
Like
can
I think
smoke. And that's coming from a hardcore smoker. Astronaut can put
dude,
it down for sure.
yeah, it's kind of ridiculous the level
It's
of
dedication.
treatment. Yeah. Oh, it's and their amps are great. You
Dude,
know, like if you
dude, their
notice that
amps
when
are
you can see,
sick.
yeah, their fucking cabs are everything matches, everything's
The traveling
green.
amplifier show, bud. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, the Empire exhibition or whatever yeah, man, I
Exhibition,
love
that's
them
it. Yeah.
so. Yeah. And so, like I said, we gotta do a run with them in Temple of Fuzz Witch. Temple of Fuzz Witch, I love those guys too.
Yeah, they are great. I'm excited
They
to
got that Black
meet
and
those guys.
Doom thing just on lock, and they're so fresh with it. Like they don't hit that like old head like true doom. Like no, they just got their own vibe. They're doing it, but then there's some blast beats, and I'm a big fan of some blast beats sometimes, especially when the blast beats go from like we're gonna play at 76 BPM. Now we're gonna jump it up to fucking 140 real fast, and then we're gonna drop it back down to
Yeah.
70.
Yeah, I do love that about them.
So
They're really if
they
they're
got that
not boring at all. They're very
yeah, they got
exciting.
that fast slow thing going on that's real good. And man, just the vocals are good. The vocal parts are good. They got some catchy shit, which is really hard to do with a band like
Right.
that. It's hard to have hooks and have that sound, and somehow Noah pulls it off, and it's like, what the fuck,
Dude,
dude?
and then you have Horseburner.
So I played with Horseburner a lot. We did a run with them. We've done 2 runs with Horseburner. And there's a photo somewhere on the internet, and it's like us in like all of Crop and all of Horseburner in Bucky's, and they actually had the beaver. They had Bucky there that day, and we're all just like smiles to our fucking ears. It's like me and I think me and Adam are like hard styling in the front, and there's just and it's like a sea of patched denim jackets,
Yeah.
and just Bucky standing like looking all hard in the middle of us, and it's like that photo alone is my favorite. Like it there's so many good memories from those runs we've done with them, but that photo like encapsulates all of it just in that one image. It's like a bunch of idiots out on the road doing what you love to do. You walk into Bucky's to get a brisket sandwich, and bam, the beaver's there, man. Like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna photo op. Like,
That's
man.
so awesome, man. Where what city was this in?
That was like we were leaving Kentucky going to, and so we're going to the first date of a run, and we were leaving Kentucky, and they were coming through like West Virginia into Kentucky, and we just happened to meet at that Bucky's. Like, we didn't know they were there. They
Shit, really?
So like somehow it all just timed out right to where we walked in, and we're like, oh shit, Horseburner's
All right, dude.
here. Like, well,
All right, dude, I'm out west, and I don't know, man. Like, we just got our first Bucky's like 5 months ago. So if you don't know what Bucky's is, it's like this. You'd think it's a gas station, but it's like a
Sam Walton started a gas station.
Exactly.
They treated their employees like it's Costco.
Yeah, and dude, like they have like weird, like, I'm not trying to do a advertisement for Bucky's here, but they have like really like culty weird food, like those Bucky nuggets and stuff, and
yeah, the beaver nuggets.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're good.
Beaver nuggets, and like, it doesn't sound appetizing, but they taste like pancakes.
So, yeah, dude, I know.
At the same time.
So Bucky's, you guys, is a big old place. So for you guys could have been at Bucky's and not even run into each other, probably.
Yeah, oh no, for sure. Yeah, I think it was like me and Matt from Horseburner locked eyes from across the room, and I'm just like, you! He's like, you! And I'm like, it's us! Like, so it was a good time.
Dude, that's like one of the cool things about this scene is that, people are like genuinely happy for the other bands and happy to work with the other bands. And man, that's got to help you when you're putting together a festival like this, and it's got to take some stress away from you.
It really has, because all the bands. So I think the only band on Legalize that I've personally not seen is Lopan. And Lopan was one of those for me that like I was like, I'm booking Lopan, so I get to see like this is my little treat for me. Everything else is for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a good time. But Lopan's really for me because I've wanted to see them and I've wanted to play with them for so long. And if I can facilitate that, like it's like every year I do Legalize, like there's a few bands that like are on a list. Lopan's always been on that list. G's on that list. Spotlights is on that list. Like, and I've got a handful of bands like for like going into the future. These are bands I would like to have play Legalize, and it's all out of vanity. It's all because I want.
Braun, I would never interview a band or a person just because I personally wanted to talk to them.
Yeah, right.
Dude, I totally get it. It's like that. Yeah, absolutely. And that's like, I talked to Jason Doom, and he does the Grand Rapids Doom Fest, and John Gist, who does the Planet Desert Rock, and they have both expressed similar sentiments to that. It's like, hey man, I love these bands and I want to see these bands too. And I think that's what really makes like a festival like yours really, really genuine, man. So
yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's just, even the first year, like Legalize the first year happened to fall on 420. And that's even where the name came from. Cause like weed's not legal in Kentucky. We can drive up. I can drive an hour to Ohio and I can buy whatever I want from 9 different dispensaries. Sure. And I can make my way back to my home with it, and it's okay. So, but yeah, they just did medical, but it's not kicked in yet. And like the stipulations for medical here is like, I mean, you basically got to be done.
Oh, shit.
Like you got to be like, you're on your deathbed, they're going to give you weed. And it's like, oh, tight, dude. Thanks,
all right, man. So I live in a legal state, and we were the first legal state. So for me, it's almost just unfathomable that you could get in trouble or arrested. I know the main focus of your show is stoner rock bands coming together and playing, but do you guys have an activism angle for the show at all?
So I think my whole thing with it, especially first year and going into this year, it's not so much like I don't think I wouldn't call it like we're not a part of a system or part of like a whatever. I think mine is just like getting it in
Yeah,
people's
raise
face. Like
awareness.
it's there. So the first year, I told the bar, I was like, people's gonna be smoking weed here. It's just gonna happen. Like, I mean, and the owner looked at me and was just like, as long as it's outside, I don't give a fuck
Cool.
what you all do. Just like
Right off.
tight. So like it got to the point to where on the inside you couldn't tell what smoke was from the fog machines and what smoke was just from like whatever else was going on within a radius. I'm sure they have to delouse the bar for like 3 days. Like just open all the windows and like spray some Febreze, put some Axe body spray all over the place.
Well, after
You
you burn the
know,
sage, you got to take care of it. Yeah.
whatever you got to do to delouse a bar from a bunch of fucking stoners hanging out, having a good time for 2 days.
Dude, like, yeah,
Um,
that's like I said, it's wild for me because that's just such a part of the culture out, especially out west. Like when I was in Vegas or Denver, and sort of, just like I'll smoke weed right on the street and never even think twice about it, And so, man, anyway, I think it's awesome that you're raising awareness because obviously I'm a very pro legalization person. I think weed helps a
yeah,
lot
me
of
too.
people. I know that's not what this show is really about, but man,
I'd rather go to the Apple store and pick up like a bag than like go downtown and talk to some shady dude named
yeah,
Chester.
right.
Like, man, I'm over talking to Chester. He's just like talks and talks and talks and talks. I'm like, bro,
If he
I'm here
picks
for
up the
weed.
phone.
Oh, dude, don't get me on drug dealer time, man. Like, oh, that's the worst. It's like, yeah, man, I'll be there in like 45 minutes. 5 hours later,
Dude.
I'm like, man, my Sunday fun day is shot right
Dude,
now.
I send my deepest sympathy to you guys, and I hope you got your state turns around and sees the benefits, not just for the people, but for the tax revenues and stuff. Hey, well, tell me this, bud. So, oh, shit, I just totally lost my fucking train of thought. So, can people still get tickets for your show, man? I know it's 2 weeks out. It's getting pretty close, and
So we're almost out of pre-sales. Pre-sale, and I think pre-sales end this week. Either way, so pre-sales are going to be done. I have allotted a good amount of tickets for the door. Because
nice.
I wanted people that couldn't afford it in their budget, maybe last week or the month before, and they're working at the bar. They have a good Thursday night or they have a good Wednesday night. They have enough money to come. They can walk up. They can get in. They can hang out. They can
Hell yeah.
So I've made it very um accessible for our service industry people that might not have the money until day.
Yeah, dude, that's really considerate of you.
The pre-sales were more for like we've got a few homies coming in from Texas.
Sure.
I got some people driving in from Florida and like some people driving in from Illinois and stuff. And the pre-sales were really for them to make sure like, hey, if I'm buying a hotel room, I'm going to be there for 2 days. Like I want to get in, and I'm like, man, I will let you in. Like there's not a world at this point where I'm not letting you into Legalize. The venue only holds technically like 150, but where we utilize the outside, I've got a little leeway in that. Tickets will sell out at 150, but if like 10 more people show up, they're getting.
Dude, you're gonna have 150 amazingly lucky people, man. But you're pretty good at this promotion thing. I mean,
Yeah,
like Legalize Lex, it's got a lot of national press, and your lineup is like fucking world class, dude. You're doing some other shows too, though. So you're not just this isn't your only promotional gig. You've branched out.
I'm the booker for Owl's Bar where Legalize is at now. I took over that position back in January,
Congrats.
and I've been booking friends coming through for a while and like helping bands out. But now I'm finally in a position to where like I have a calendar, like I have access. Like I think we just announced Crystal Spiders.
Wait a
coming
minute,
through in
Crystal
July.
Spiders? Hey, I'm going to jump in here really quick. Crystal Spiders going to be on my show tomorrow night live. I'm so excited, dude. I'm really happy about to hear about that one. So go on.
So we have them and two bands that's playing Legalize. We got Storm Toker and Pond Digger playing with Crystal Spiders in July. I've got Coma Hole coming through. In June, I've got Alamo Black coming through in May. I've got Bonehawk and Stone Nomad.
Damn.
I got them coming through. I want to say it's June, but that one might also be July. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the date on that one.
Stoners have enough time to check their calendars, but
yeah, for sure. And they'll be announced. So any stuff like that's going to be ran through the Legalize page as like a Legalize Presents show. You know, and I'm booking other stuff for there. Like, you know, we do all kinds of other events, but like, I'm taking it upon myself to like try to bring through as many homies as possible. Like, because everybody needs a Tuesday or Wednesday that's gonna fall through, and they can't find something. I'm like,
So
man, I
how
got
big
you.
is Lexington? Like, how many people live there? Like, just
I don't
roughly.
know, man. It's so we've got like one or two like really tall buildings, and we've got like a downtown that's like more suitable for people that like horses and like to get shit canned off
Well,
bourbon.
that makes sense considering it's Kentucky, and
Yeah.
that's like a
Um,
massive part of your
so when I
economy.
was young, Lexington had a really big underground music scene, and we had some really cool venues. And the entitled elite of Lexington decided that they did not like that eyesore downtown, so they just destroyed it, ripped it down, and built a skyscraper there. That's a hotel and a steakhouse and some office spaces that nobody's ever allowed in unless you're rich.
Great.
So everything kind of got moved to the skirts, which is like Al's Bar is kind of all Sixth Street. Most of our venues are kind of not really downtown, but they're still part of downtown. But they're like hey, we're going to push it closer to this area of downtown. We don't want you downtown anymore. So yeah, yeah, I think a lot of the stuff coming through in June for Al's and like what I'm promoting are bands on their way to Maryland Doomfest.
Nice.
Which Crop's also playing Maryland Doomfest. We've got a run going around that. We actually have an album coming out
Yeah, I wanted to talk
early.
about Crop. Let's talk about your album coming out, man. So, if you haven't heard Crop, and I've listened to Crop this week, man, a heavy, doomy, sludgy, really good band. That's definitely worth your time. Well, hey, bud, after the interview, I'm going to throw a Crop song on the YouTube version
Yeah,
so
yeah,
people can check it
yeah,
out.
for sure.
But tell me about
Yeah, I'm down.
Crop and your like what inspires you and what your plans are.
So Crop came together right before COVID, and it's a lot of bands right now have the same story. We came together right before COVID. COVID happened, and we had played one show, but like we hadn't really settled on like what it was going to sound like. We were just writing some songs, and we were lucky enough like the practice spots at my house, and everybody lives close, and none of us lived like close to like relatives that are older or high risk people, so we kind of made our COVID bubble just the four of us,
Yeah.
and we just kept playing through COVID like every day, because like I think I was the only one out of the four members that had a 9 to 5 job that was active during COVID. So like I would get off work at 5 o'clock, they'd be at my house already. We'd play for 2 hours
Hell
or
yeah.
3 hours, and then they'd get home on the weekends. We were hanging out, and we were practicing 6 days a week, writing that first album, writing this album
Right
right
on.
there. So taking that time and thinking we were never going to play a show is kind of where the album came from. At that point, we didn't like, we went to a studio as soon as studios opened back up, and like we recorded the album, and it was probably 6 months before it ever even got released after that, even though we were sitting on it, because like it's like we got to be able to play a
Sure.
show, put an album out.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a record and not be able to play a show to back it, or play 5 or 6 shows, or play
Right.
a dozen or
Yeah,
whatever.
I get you, bud.
And so Crop really came out of that. I think stylistically, every member of the band's so different. I was the Doom guy. I was the dude that was just like, hey man, you should listen. Like our guitarist was really hesitant. I'm like, have you heard Monolord yet? Like you should listen to some Monolord.
Yeah.
Like you should listen to like some Toke. You should listen. Like here's a list of bands. Like here's a list of bands. Like just like actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a Spotify playlist and share it with you. And you can just go ahead and deep dive some of these bands. And I think he really settled on like Yob and some bands that sounded like that. He was like, yeah, man. Like, and he came from like more of like the
Yeah.
metalcore kind of background and stuff like that. And I played with our drummer for like 15 years.
Nice.
And we were in a few different bands together, and like our rhythm together is just so tight that it's hard for me to play with a different
That's
drummer,
awesome.
just because of the way he drums. And our vocalist came from like kind of like southern rock
Yeah, I
bands,
could hear
like
that.
that old southern
For
rock
sure.
sound. And he was in a lot of like he's from Atlanta, and he was in uh a band down that way, and they had like they had management and all this stuff, and like they did a run with like Skinner,
Shit.
and
Okay.
like yeah,
I heard
yeah,
of
like
them.
he yeah, if you've heard of Skinner, I mean I don't know, they're like kind
Yeah,
of big.
they hit.
Um, kind of big. But yeah, like he was lucky enough to be able to do
Yeah,
some stuff like
cool.
that. And right around the time that Crop formed, like his band, like had kind of fizzled out, like not fizzled out, but like he had kind of fizzled out playing with them. He wanted to do something different. And me and him were like drinking at the bar, just hanging out a bunch. And I was just like, dude, I can put a band together. I got a drummer. Like Zach plays guitar and he's sitting right next to me. Zach's like, yeah, man, we can do like a black and metal thing. And I'm like, no. This is gonna be it's not that.
Thank you.
We all when we came together at first, like, the whole goal was not to start a Sabbath worship band.
That's
Like
it's a trap, right?
yeah, like the whole point was not to be like, all right, man, I got this blues riff. You're gonna be like singing about wizards and swords and shit.
It's a cliche though at this point for a lot of bands.
Don't get me wrong. Like there's a lot of like heart in the Crop stuff, and like there's a lot of self experimentation about like depression and thoughts of suicide and like emotional abuse and physical abuse and growing up in a cult Southern church led environment that kind of bleeds through on all the Crop stuff. And we wanted to stick with what we knew. We didn't want to try to just like be something or be a mold or something. And I mean, even in the doom genre, I feel like Crop's more of a heavy rock band than we are a doom band. But we had that slow, downtrodden, down-tuned vibe that just like it is what it is, man. I mean, but Soundgarden played in the same tuning.
Yeah, but, man, like doom's kind of like, I don't know if it's a real good term for most of the newer bands. Like, there's like the genre is really evolved past that Sabbath worship, like you talked about. Man, it's really refreshing to hear the influences that you guys have.
Yeah, like I mean, like for me, I come from punk. I come from like some metal, and once I found like the doom genre, like everything was just like this scratches all of my itches. Like, and every band's so different, especially like you're saying the newer groups coming out, the newer groups, and there's a lot of breakout potential. And a lot of these bands that, man, they write the right song, they write the right album. And I'm not saying any of them is going to be Metallica, but like, like Elder just went on tour with Tool.
That's pretty big.
That's a big deal.
It's huge.
That's a huge deal for a doom band. And like, you've got a lot of bands that like cross into that kind of stuff. And if one band does good, we all do good. We all get more open. We all get more acceptance. We all get venues that are like, oh man, I saw this band play with Tool. I love Tool, and I'm like, hell yeah, brother. Like, I like 3 songs. Like, after 3 songs, I'm done with Tool.
Yeah,
but like,
you know what? If Tool is the gateway drug for somebody to get into stoner rock, then hell yeah,
dude, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way about like all the desert rock dudes and Queens of the Stone Age. Like, if you heard Queens of the Stone Age like back in the early O's or mid O's, and you're like, yeah, this is cool, and then you deep dove and you really you started getting into other stuff around it, and you're like, oh man, Fu Manchu.
Braun, cool. You and I talked last week, and we actually had a conversation about how we each got into stoner rock, and both of us kind of backed into it, kind of like you're talking about now. Like, I heard Queens of the Stone Age before I heard Caius. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to when I was real young, there was a band in Lexington that kind of helped push me into that rock. And it was this little band called Super Fuzz.
I love this band. Dave Angstrom was the coolest dude.
And getting into Super Fuzz at a young age, kind of pushed me into like following some of the members and getting into other projects. They had a project that spun off that called Asylum on the Hill. And then obviously the Hermano stuff's a big influence on me. And like, I mean, I like the Caius stuff, don't get me wrong, like, but like everybody always says, oh, who do you prefer, Queens of the Stone Age or Caius? And I'm like, oh, man, fucking Hermano.
Dude, like, I have their CD in my car right now. Why
is Hermano not in the running for why has it got to be 2 of them when the better of the 3 bands is like, obviously.
And I love Hermano too. Like, literally their first CD's in my car right now.
Yeah.
I've been listening to it for 2 days straight because I've only heard it only about 1 million times. So
the guy that produced the first Crop album and the second Crop album, he recorded it, he produced it, he mixed it, he mastered it, he did everything. His name's Jason Groves. He was the bass player for Super Fuzz.
Awesome.
Well, the world for me has come full circle now that I'm working with this dude that, like, I mean, and this guy was insane bass player. Like, he would throw his bass like 15 feet across the stage. Like, I mean, and I've got to like pick up his bass and play it on songs and stuff, and it's all beat up and like glued back together, and it's just like really cool history. Well, he did the Luna Soul
I love
album
that
that just
album,
came
dude,
out.
so much.
Yeah, which is going back to the same people that I'm talking about that I've admired for a long time. And he did that album. He's doing a lot of the work on the like Hermano reissues and like that new stuff that's coming out. So like I'm able to like Crop's able to work with somebody
That's
that's like not
amazing.
only been a big influence on me, but Jason's also one of those guys in the studio. He's like, I really respect his opinion. I'll be like indifferent about a bass line. Be like, I don't know if this fits. And he's like, how about this, dude? Like, cut your tone knob all the way down, crank this fuzz pedal, and we're gonna layer it with another amp, and we're gonna put a tube screamer on it. Now play that bass line. And I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, yeah, that's what you needed that.
Dude. Well, having that kind
And
of like influence and knowledge in the studio is invaluable. That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and he's really good with loud bands. And like
You're a loud band.
we're like, I mean, there's a lot of loud bands in the genre. We're a really loud band. Like our drummer hits his drums like they owe him milk money. Like it is awful. Like we practice in a 10 by 10 room in my house, and every time I walk out, my ears are just like
Dude,
buzzing.
I'm
And like, I mean, you can wear like little ear things. I don't. I'm really bad about it. Like I go like I'll go see Sleep play, and I'm like, I just want to soak up the volume. I don't care. Like I'm not gonna hear one day anyway, so
I
it's
know my
cool.
day's coming sooner than I thought it would. But yeah, I feel that like dude, there's a like music a loud volume. Do you find it therapeutic?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Do you
Yes.
have like
Yeah.
but we've like you're a super busy guy. And I know, like, it seems like, man, you probably get out of bed, the switch comes on, and you go, go, go till you can't go anymore. Like, I've talked to a lot of guys who have like ADHD or stuff going on, man. I know I have some of that too. It's hard for me to turn it off. So you find that to be, I mean, it's got to be a massive advantage, though, in what you do.
It works with my
Yeah.
chaos. I'm diagnosed ADHD. Like I'm on medicine if I want to take it. Today I didn't take it because I wanted to do this interview and I didn't want to be docile. Which is funny because like I have friends that like abuse certain drugs. Um and it's really big in the music industry. Just like you get around people that like uppers and all kinds of sorts of party drugs. And all the uppers for me have always just calmed me down.
Interesting.
So like, like I'll take an Adderall and I'm just really calm. Like I'll do a line of whatever, and it just like it's not for me. It doesn't do what it does to everybody. It just like makes me really, yeah,
Yeah, dude.
man. Like
I like,
like
sure.
weed's almost an upper for me. Like I can smoke the like dankest indica in the world, and I'm still like lively and awake and
Yeah,
fine
you
and
know
good
what?
to
I
go.
get a lot of that in my shop, and those same people, like when they need to calm down, they go the opposite way that most other people go, and they go for a sativa. And so that psychology is really interesting, man. Does it have anything like? Are there negatives for you
With
with
what
what? No,
weed?
with well, there's no negatives with weed. No, I'm just kidding. Are there negatives with you then? Like when you're doing what you do, being in the band, promoting shows, the ADHD hard in some ways too.
Um, so the only downfall would be if anybody ever had to step in to help me. My system's so chaotic with booking. Like I don't organize anything. Like everything's like small notes. Like everything is ran off of like notepad off my iPhone, and a calendar and an email. And
I
like
get it.
and everything like I've got a system in that chaos, but like if anybody ever had to step in after me and help me do stuff, like I don't even know where to start to explain how I pull things off.
But I
Um,
hope that you never have to turn it over to anybody else because you are
yeah,
doing
me
a
too.
fucking kick-ass job, dude. Like what you're doing out in Kentucky is amazing. Your lineup is, like I said earlier, it's world class. I'm so excited for your show and what you're doing and your band, man. I'm glad we got a chance to meet. But like I'm gonna wrap this up, but I'm gonna give you a few
Yeah.
minutes. Like if you wanna throw a shout out, talk about the show some more, whatever you want to do, but go ahead.
I mean, yet again, just want to reiterate that it's here. We're 2 weeks out. It's going to be a good time. I've still got tickets available if people want to come. I look for it to be packed out. And even as far as it being a festival, it feels more like a party than anything. And if we are very accepting. If you're any type of person, if you come be your true authentic self at Legalize, I'm not here to. It's a safe space for everyone. I mean, obviously it's 21 plus because the bar makes us do that. I can't do an all ages show at a bar.
Fair.
I would love to. I'd love for it to be that, and I'd love for like younger people to be able to get into the music. But I tried to do 18 plus last year, and I think I had one kid pay to get in that was like 19 years old, and he thought it was going to be a reggae festival because it was on 420. And I'm pretty sure he walked into Storm Toker playing, and he stood and watched them for the whole set, and then he left. And I was just like, I was laughing. And like, my thing is, like, I'd have given him his money back. He didn't ask for it back. He just left. And I was just like, obviously, it wasn't for you. That's cool. But the other 150 people in this room are having a great time.
Dude, I wish he would have stayed. Maybe he would have caught something he liked. But that's cool. At least you showed up.
I like to think that like we left enough impact on him that like maybe he heard like Wind Hand like a year later or something, and he's like, "Oh, I think I get this."
Dude, hey, if you're watching right now, put something in the comments.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's watching right now. He'll catch the replay for sure.
Yeah, for sure. He totally follow. Who doesn't follow the heavy underground farm report?
Thank you, man.
Sure.
I
like a billion
appreciate it. Dude, actually, man, hey, if you guys like my show, man, let your friends know. I love the page follows and stuff, and I love doing this, and I love getting the chance to talk to people like Braun, and tomorrow night I'm talking to Crystal Spiders, and then Tuesday night we have Hippie Death Cult on the show. So
we were able to play with Hippie Death Cult a few months back, and it was like us, Friendship Commanders, which Friendship Commanders is playing Legalize. That's where I met them for the first time, and it was like Cadabra.
Yeah, I saw that tour.
And it was such a good show. I wound up like there's a tattoo studio in the venue, so I wound up getting 666 tattooed on my ass during the show. And just like Kentucky's feels small, but like the regional and local music scene that we get to play around in is got some real heavy hitters in it. Like, Keep Going Back to She, and bands like that just like, I mean, some of the best doom.
Dude, the Kentucky roots, I had no idea how deep it was until I had the privilege of meeting Dave Angstrom, getting to talk about some of the history. And
he's a facet of good bands that have played in and out of Kentucky for the past, I don't know, 30 years.
And he's a super nice guy too. And well, man, Braun, I appreciate you being on, buddy. Man, let's talk again after the festival. Let's talk about your great success, and then talk about shows that you guys got coming up. It's Al's Bar, right? Al's Bar is like going to be like a pretty famous doom bar, man. You're making that happen.
I'm working on it. Like, I mean, I'm hoping going into after this year and after the next Crop album, I'm hoping going further that I'm just going to have more bands and more booking agents reach out to me and be like, "Hey, man, I need this date filled," and I'm just like, you know what, cool, let's do that. Like, I'm down for it. It gives my friends something to do. It gives me something to do. It keeps us all off the streets being hooligans. So, like, I mean, we're all getting old now. There's nothing better than a show that starts at doors at 7, show at 8, over by 11:45. You get to go home to bed. Like, I mean, I'm about it, man. 3 bands, give me some slow, heavy music, and send me to sleep.
Right on, man. I couldn't agree more. Braun, man, once again, thank you so much for your time, bud. I do have Crystal Spiders tomorrow, and Tuesday I have Hippie Death Cult if you want to tune in for those shows. Definitely get some tickets for Legalize Lex if you can make it. Braun, thank you so much, buddy. Yeah, man, we'll get that graphic up on the YouTube video too, buddy. Hey, man, hang on for 1 second, would you, Braun? All right, you guys, this is S. Patrick Brooks, the Heavy Underground Farm Report. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. Yeah!